All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Catfish Weekly, along with Josh and the Bassmaster Elite Lyle. Oh, I mean, the host with the most, the legend.
Major League Fishing, Lyle. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God, will you
Oh,
stop?
yeah.
Hardly.
Hmm. Oh, it has a kind of nice ring to it, Josh. I liked it.
You would.
Yeah. Well, evening, boys.
How's it going?
You know, today is the 3rd of March, and we finally. I looked at the 10-day schedule. I am so excited because I seen a 30-pound flathead caught today in my
oh
neck of the
nice.
woods, and I just know it's monster season.
It is. You're
I
correct.
know you guys probably like that fall bite. I like the fall bite too, but I think that that spring bite is the
That spring bite's
best.
kind of nice. So
It's nice.
You know what I like about this time of year?
The
The
bass
ice
start
is
hitting better.
about all gone.
Oh yeah, the ice being gone is really nice. You can really get your bass bait up into those hard to reach
Stop.
areas.
bass are going
Stop.
to be pre-spawn any minute. Lyle will be tearing them up. He did, he did ditch his iPilot trolling motor for a cable steer.
That is not true.
Wow.
That is not true.
Let's say hi to folks real quick. What do you say? We got 53 awesome people already watching.
Oh wow!
First in was a burrito catfishing lady. I don't know why she's calling me a meanie. I only punched her right in the mouth.
What?
Nor-
That's not
Northern
very
View
nice.
Outdoors. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. Dead Sea Pirates Fishing. Brewer Boys Outdoors. There's Jersey. Mr. Greg Burgess. Rowdy Royal. John Patrick Jr. Crappie Day Darren. Smeeter of the Cedars. Jason Lamb. Pontoon Jody. She needs to change her name. She don't even have pontoon in it anymore.
She
Yeah,
sell it?
I don't know if she oversold it, but she always fishes out of that center console now.
yeah. She's got that skiff now.
Yeah, it's skiff. We got Jerry Hager. Anybody new? Anybody new? Anybody new?
Did you get Schmieder and the Cedars?
I did. There's John Boy's Catfishing. Catch fish with us. Sean Abney. I think I said Northern View Outdoors, but hello again. There's V. Smith. Member Uptown Chrissy Brown. Tanya Buckridge says hi, Lyle.
Hey, Tanya, how you doing? Great to
Mr.
see you in
Dave.
here.
Mr. Dave Funk. There's Catfish Fever and Outdoors, aka Linda. Bugman 22, Nathan Hellebush. Keep stopping. There's member Brian B. Catfishing. I was so happy to win him another medal. I am not falling for that one.
That was pretty good.
That one's pretty good, but I am not falling for that one.
Lyle, say hi to him.
I'm looking for it.
Here, let me highlight it for you.
Yeah.
You gotta say it.
Good evening, anglers.
Whoever you are, you're funny. Matt from Wannabe Outdoors. Got me all. I don't know where I'm at now. Mr. Dale Hayslip. Miss Cindy Stokes.
Hey, Cindy.
Dave Funk says he's got some bait booster that Ted Ellenbecker wants him to test out.
I got some of that.
Remember LG Bass. And I'm at the bottom already. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. All right. What's going on, fellas?
Warm
It's a
weather.
busy Monday today.
That's what you were saying.
It was
Yeah.
67 here today.
We didn't get
nice.
that high. I think we got to about almost 50.
Well,
we got about 64 today, but
that's because you guys don't live over in Missouri where the good weather's at.
I don't know about that.
Well, I had 67 and you didn't.
Well, we're
I was
gonna have-
64. I'll take 3 degrees cooler to not live in Missouri. So
Well, you do live in
Why?
Illinois.
We
I
got
would-
decent tax rate compared to
that's
Illinois.
true, but
we got 63 tomorrow.
We got some 70s coming up next week.
all right, let's see here.
We got warmer temps, but still the lows are a couple lows down that freezing where we might have a little bit of snow on Friday.
What?
Yeah, we might have a chance of a little bit of snow on Friday, but the high on Friday is still going to be 50 degrees. So,
You won't get no snow if it's 50
Greg Burgess
degrees.
said they got to 74 today.
well, the high, Lyle, remember there's a low as well. And,
I don't count lows.
oh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. What's up, Catfish Cowboy? That's the what's that name? Really, Mr. Maez. What are we talking about tonight, fellas?
Big fish.
That's what
I
I'm
like
talking
big
about.
fish, and I cannot lie.
Yeah.
This is the first Monday of the month as well, right? So, do we have something we do?
I was just looking up the official Top Cat post, and we had one entry for March. So
Winner.
So Danny Stone will be our March competitor,
That'll be a good one.
and that means Danny Stone is also the alternate. So if something comes up, he still has to fish. So
You better hope nothing happens to him.
yep. So we'll be watching it. We'll be watching Danny here in a couple weeks.
So that would be then 2 weeks from today.
That will be 2 weeks from today. So
You know what I'm looking forward to? You talking about the first of the month? I'm looking forward to the pictures people send in so you can post them.
Yeah, we need to get.
I got one today, and I didn't get a chance to really go through everything, but I do have one in my inbox on my messenger for the bragging board. So we'll probably put that together for next week and get everybody to put on there. I didn't get set down to mess with the computer or anything until about 10 minutes before the show. So
Well, I have a special request for Danny Stone on that because that just happens to fall on St. Patrick's Day.
oh,
So-
he needs to dress as a leprechaun.
I was getting ready to say he needs to be all green, fired up.
That's right.
Mike Sampson, howdy, buddy.
What's up, Sampy? Big Mike got him in 80. Yeah, I seen the
Oh, wow.
the other day. Yeah.
I just saw that when I was going to bring that up. Matt from Wanna Be Outdoors said he cleaned his bait tank and got it ready just in time to get filled with rain and hopefully not blown away. There we go.
I need to get mine
Well,
set
the
up.
rain is coming.
And Matt's down there in that danger zone tomorrow too. So
I think you're right.
it's looking like it's going to get nasty down south of us. So
Bad storms, huh?
yep.
Well, I know we need the rain over apparently in South Carolina or around the coast. Apparently, there's like 275 wildfires going on in Carolina.
Yeah, I
right
thought
now.
they had a bunch of them down there. So Freddie stopped going around flicking cigarettes everywhere.
St. Patty's Day is Brian B's birthday.
Really?
That's good. No, maybe we'll get Danny to sing "Happy Birthday" to Brian that night.
There we go.
Oh,
I want to address
Lord.
this too. So I understand
Whoa,
that they were all in the teens.
Yeah, Jody, we're not taking those kind of pictures.
Oh, man.
But they don't have to all be big monster trophy fish.
No.
I'm just saying. You don't catch big monsters every time you go out. Be happy with what you're
Be happy
catching.
what you caught there. Yeah,
Because
that's.
you know what? I guarantee you, those teeners, a lot of people are be really happy with right now.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you know, Jody is like a perennial fixture to the bragging board. Jody is on almost every single bragging board, and that
A lot of them.
that's something right there. Is you've got, you've got people that go in and okay, hey, look, Jody may have only caught a teen, but to somebody else, that'd be a fish of a lifetime. So,
I mean, hell, to me on the Ohio River, that's a fish of a lifetime. Anytime we catch one in the teens.
oh, Matt sent me something here.
Oh yeah, time change coming up this weekend. Back to
Yeah,
regular people time and dark
Thank
at 9
God.
p.m.
I can't wait for that.
Oh,
Yeah, the
okay,
only
big Mike's fish. Then we'll have to get that added. I'll get that added to the board too. That's a heck of a fish.
Mm-hmm. And I think his buddy that was with him caught his personal best was like 52, maybe.
Oh, wow. It's getting to be that time of year. I wanted to go out something fierce this weekend, and we just didn't make it happen. We were busy all day Saturday, and Sunday we were recovering from being busy Saturday, and plus it was windy as to be this weekend. But I'm really curious what the
It wasn't worth going.
what the water temperatures are.
I can tell you it wasn't worth going.
I mean, it
Well-
beats being at home.
No,
No,
it was
Chad
nice.
did get out this weekend.
We went out and tried for a little while, and the wind, and it was so cold, so windy. It was miserable, very miserable. So, but like you said, it was kind of nice to be
I'll be right back.
at least out there. All right, being out there trying to do a little fishing because I hadn't done a single bit since the ice bowl. So I got to open up my new 8-foot cast net from that I bought at CatCon, and
Mhm.
we won
How did
and
that
done.
work
Well,
out?
I do what?
How did your new cast net work out?
Very, very, very nice. It caught a 21-pound buffalo, and then about probably a teener blue cat with a net full of medium and large shad. So
That's fun to pull that up, isn't it?
yeah, it was nice. Like I said, I threw and was pulling them up 1, 2 at a time, and Bill decided I wasn't doing a good enough job, and he won and done it on us. So
There's downtown
that's the
Ernie
guy
Brown.
you like. That's the kind of guy you like, John Boy.
Northern Kentucky fishing. Fishing now got 2 on shad. Where are you at in Northern Kentucky here? Because I'm from Northern Kentucky as well. I don't know who that is.
Oh, speaking of Kentucky, Chad, did you get your new fishing license?
I actually have a 3-year license, so mine is
Oh.
it's good until 2027.
That's what I did this year for my Illinois license.
Yeah, they
But I've
just
got it.
started doing that in Kentucky in the last year or two. We bought it last year.
Yeah, we haven't had that before, so they probably started doing them about the same time.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's a goal right there. Jody's focusing in on the Tennessee state record flathead. She got distracted last year.
Doing what?
Go get it. I don't know what she was getting distracted by. Probably she kept probably looking at pictures of my beard and stuff, and she gets
I'm
distracted.
sure that's it, 100%.
She probably look at all those bass Lyle catches.
I'm pretty sure that's not it. But wait, she could probably use those for bait,
Mm-hmm.
which I cannot, but I see no reason not to, other than the fact that I don't want a ticket. But I actually went fishing with James Dockery the other day.
How'd that go?
He did not outfish me.
Uh-oh.
I'll just
That's
leave it at
impressive.
that.
Did he beat the crap out of any dock roofs while you were there?
No, but I was ready just in case he did.
I can't tell who it is in that picture, but man, you better have permission from J-Dog to be at Frederick's Landing. I'm just telling you. Woo! Been there, done that. I got to get written permission weeks in advance if I go up there. I've already been denied twice this year. What's up, Guerrero?
Hey.
All right.
We got some cold weather moving in, guys.
Well, I hope it stays down there because I'm ready for the spring. We got hopefully here in a few weeks the skipjack will start running down by your area, Josh. I've already been talking to some folks about that.
Yep, it's not going to be much longer.
Yeah, we usually get them. It's about 2 weeks after they start running down there. They start running decent up here, but I plan on trying to figure out how I can make a trip down there on one weekend and do that.
Yeah, we've got. I was looking at our weather a little while ago, and we've got tomorrow and the next day it's going to be just a little bit of a drop off with that rain, and then it rebounds right back. It goes back up into the mid to upper 50s. So,
but the main river was about 40 degrees. The creek where we launched was 44, 45. So probably a little warmer down your way. Maybe
probably not a whole heck
but
of
not a
lot.
whole lot. Yeah.
Wouldn't be much.
But like I said, I was impressed today. Like I said, I know of a 30-pound flathead that was caught in this area today. So
I am ready to get
flathead. That's early for them.
Yeah. So
that's got me wanting to get my bait tank back up and running. So,
well, I tell you what, I need to get mine going as well because I was doing a little research because we have 3 lakes within about 15 minutes of me here. They're somewhat small lakes, but the big lake, which is about maybe 300 acres, I found out has bullhead in it. So,
there you go.
So I need somebody to come down and help set this bait tank up with me, so we can go bullhead.
When do those? When do those start biting? What water temperature do they start?
What, bullheads?
Bullheads, because we always catch them in the summertime. But I mean,
they bite year round, buddy.
I was gonna say I would think they'd be back if if there's like little coves and stuff that you'd be able to catch them back there.
Yeah. I'll probably by the end of the month I'll want to get the bait tank back up and running. So
we'll see. With us, we haven't had. Sorry, excuse me, bless me. We haven't really had a place to find bullheads.
No way. Ain't nobody blessing me.
I will mute you and kick you out of your own stream. But we used to be able to catch them in some of the creeks around here, but we have not caught them, in forever. And I didn't know of any lakes around here that had them in there, but they're saying that this lake has them, so we're gonna try it sometime.
It'd be hard to keep them alive the whole time, but if you come over this way for a skipjack trip, we could dodge in over to that lake up here by me, and it's full of them. So keeping them alive might be interesting, but
it might be, but
just don't let Lyle.
I'm not Lyle. I'm pretty sure I can probably keep them alive very well.
If someone had to put all of them in a basket, wouldn't have had that problem.
JG Hill. So the only person we had sign up this month was Mr. Danny Stone. So Danny Stone will be the fisher of men. Plus, he will also be his backup if something happens to him. He will still be required
has to go. Yeah.
Fish. So, I have not seen Danny. Have you?
I've not seen Danny in here tonight.
There's Bob Kitty and Freddie, 205. But here, I'll text.
There he is.
Oh, I was getting ready to text him and be like, "Congrats, you won." And
Danny said, "Stupid computer is messing up again. Hate doing this on the phone."
You'll be okay.
You know what was cool though this weekend was the river rats were back in action.
That was cool.
I did see that.
That was on Richard. It was good to see Richard from Fishing and Freedom.
Richard hadn't been doing a lot lately, and it was really good to see him.
Hey, Funk, that's awesome.
I don't know why. Focus. That's one doing that. Northern Kentucky Fishing says, I'm plotting on skipjack.
You cold?
I need
A little bit.
warmer
I'm sitting out here in
water.
the garage.
It's warm in here.
Now I got a cape.
Yeah. You look like Super Dockery. Every time he puts something on, it's like a little kid wearing an adult clothes.
Oh, wow.
Now I got a greasy fingerprint all over my screen.
There's Bobcat. If you guys haven't seen, he's got some new videos out. If you haven't checked them out, you need to.
You know, I just watched one of his new videos while I was sitting there at work by myself. He's got one that was about an hour long from his trip down to Louisiana.
That's a good one.
Listen to.
He's really come out with some quality content here lately, and
yeah, I'm wondering
anybody hasn't checked him out needs to.
Well, I'm wondering if somebody else ain't doing his editing because he's definitely getting a lot better at it.
Well, he's pretty up to speed with that, anyhow.
Yep, he is. Oh, Bobcat says the season's first bumping video is coming out this week. So
nice. I think it was probably a short of his with his new bumping rod that he had. What's up, Brad Becks?
I would say Brad is about ready to start sending us some tournament results before long.
Mm-hmm.
I would think so too. But I just ready to do some real fishing. I just feel like I haven't done much in a while.
Who are you going to take with you to show you how? Bill?
No, apparently I need to find somebody different because Bill can't find fish to save his life. I let him
test that, man.
Well, I finally taught him how to use the cast net right because
my God,
you go back in my early YouTube history. There's a video of him pulling up a cast net full of gar. So now he's at least catching shad and carp and.
Northern Kentucky Fishing says he's in Newport, Chad.
All right. I used to live up in the Florence area. Now I'm down in like Dry Ridge, Williamstown area, but I still fish. I fish that whole stretch of the Ohio River that you're fishing right there. And occasionally the Licking River as well. We'll go up there and lunch. Who's driving the boat? I'm driving the boat where Bill tells me that we should fish. And apparently it's not been working out too well. So I'm going to need to find a better, co-captain to put me on fish.
Looking forward to it, Brad.
If J-Dog would have answered me, then maybe I'd be able to catch some fish this coming weekend because I was going to ask him if he wanted to go, but now he doesn't, want to answer my text message. So that guy, I tell you what, he probably knew I wanted to fish with him. This is not the BS shop. It's old, whatever. Like I told you all last week that I'm the comic relief and the good looking one on the show. So that's why they keep me around. You got, Mr. Do It All and Mr. Know It All. And I'm just Mr.
Oh my God.
Mr. Beautiful. So
let's not overplay your hand.
We start our own A team, and Chad could be face.
So I got a question, Lyle. Since you know so much about catfishing and blah blah blah, you're the greatest thing since sliced bread. So you tell me. It's springtime.
It is.
What do I need to figure out where to track down these big fish?
Wind-blown banks when the sun's shining on them. If you find the bait fish, you will find the fish that you're looking for behind them and under them.
In the river.
In the river, in the lakes. It doesn't make any difference. If you find the bait, you'll find the fish.
Where's the bait? I can't find bait. Where's bait? How do I find bait?
Wind-blown coves, because it's blowing all the stuff up that's in the lake that they eat. The wind will blow it to a bank, a cove, whatever. If the sun's shining on that, you hit a home run.
I think this is what I need to listen to Bill on this.
Different waters.
I need different waters.
Yeah. Well, maybe so. I can't help you with that.
So I'll throw one at you, Lyle. Can there be too much bait in the area?
Yes.
I was going to say, I've had times where you throw the net, you're about to capsize the boat, pulling the net
in the boat. Got to let some out, pull it in, yeah.
And you can't get a bite over there because the fish are all filled up.
That's right. But if you go back behind them, most of those fish behind them, especially if you're in shallow water, haven't made it to them yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They're coming in deeper water to feed, and they haven't got there yet.
So if I go up into a creek where the creek's pretty loaded with bait, should I set in the mouth, like more towards the mouth of the creek below where they're at? Or because, okay, for example, this weekend we was going through the creeks, and it was like every, 50, 75 feet, there was big schools for about 25, 50 feet, and then it was in between, right? Does it make sense to stay below them towards the mouth of the creek, or go up into them?
I would both. I like in the mouth of the creeks because they're coming in or going out, one or the other. So you got an ambush point there you can set up to fish.
See, Bill, I told you I was right. He didn't want to listen to me. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, we definitely appreciate that thumbs up there. Guerrero 78 watching. We got 46 thumbs up. I guess I could hit a thumbs up too. I'm one of them people. There we go. What about like the dam areas this time of year on a river?
Below the dams is good. Sometimes above the dams were good, but below the dams, I would be fishing between the locks. You have your locks and they go up and down and let water out and shut the water off. Between them is a big slab of concrete.
Mm-hmm.
And behind that is a dead spot. That's like a highway. They travel up and down that slack water, then go out in the current to feed. And if you'll set up on them places, you can catch the fish when they're coming in there to rest.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm.
I like that. And to be quite honest, if I'm fishing rivers, I love to fish around dams. Now, once in a while, you'll get, especially on rising water, you'll find fish above the dams. If the water's coming up for some reason, they like to go in there, and there'll be a wall, especially if you're on a big river, the wall along where the barges go through.
Mm-hmm.
There are tons and tons of trees and stuff that are sunk right along that wall. You'll lose some equipment, but those fish will be in there because there'll be bait fish in the trees and stuff, and they go in there to feed, and they'll lay along there because the current is not as strong as it is out, say, where it's going to go through that lock. And I like fishing there. My brother was big about fishing above the dams because that way he didn't have to lock through. He didn't like locking through. Doesn't make a dam to me. But I like fishing below them. And like I say, those slack spots in between the locks, they're gold. Or next to the concrete. And on the Mississippi River, most of the time, and I'm not going to say all the time because I haven't been on all the dams, but most of the time on the Illinois side, that is a shallower part than on the Missouri side. And there'll be a big eddy off to the Illinois side below that dam. And sometimes there's a point out there, and I like to anchor on that point and fish 2 or 3 rods in the eddy, the slack water, and then
Mhm.
throw some right up in the hot current right below the lock with lots of weight to hold it down. Because it'll take a lot.
I need to figure some things out. I'm tired of being a small fish fisherman. It's time to up my
Hello,
game
Miss
this
Heather
year.
Stokes.
Hey, Heather. I really, I don't
That's
know.
my daughter.
So that's my sister. Hey, sister. I definitely think I need to get over and fish some of the right below the dams a lot more often than I do. I just,
Biggest
Yeah.
piece of structure on the river.
right. It just,
It really is. So structure, catfish are structure oriented, whether it be channel cat, blues, flatheads, it doesn't make a difference. They all have some type of structure that they're going to be around most of the time. Now, blues would be the sort of the exception to that rule because they just like to eat. But if you'll find structure, usually you'll find fish. Not 100% of the time, but nearly.
yeah, the thing that I hate about the dam, trying to fish the dams is from a boat anyways, is it's so hard to find decent boat ramps. Like the
Mhm.
one that we have at Meldal. I'll be honest, I don't like parking my truck underneath because you have to pull into a gravel lot and you go underneath some railroad tracks so nobody can see your vehicle. So if somebody comes down here and messing with your stuff, I don't like that, right? And then the one at the bottom of our pool, Markland Dam, you have to go. It's about, I can't remember. It's about a 15-mile, if I'm not mistaken. It was about a 15-mile from the best boat ramp, which is pretty public, to get all the way up to the dam, which ain't horrible.
That's
In
not
a
a
good
bad
boat,
run though.
but
No.
yeah. But maybe I'll try to start hitting them up a little bit more. The nice
Bob
thing
says
is,
you got 2 nice stuff there, Chad. You need an old beater truck like he has.
maybe, but
Does the Ohio River, wherever you fish, or whatever body you're fishing, does it have wing dikes on it, wing dams?
no, we do not.
That's too
You
bad.
don't have any of those?
We have
They're a
none.
great place to fish.
None that I'm aware of on any stretch of our river.
We don't have a lot, but we have a few of them.
I'll tell you
on this end.
someplace else that I would be looking, Chad, is where mouth inlets of creeks and small rivers run into that.
Mm-hmm.
There'll always be a scour hole
Oh yeah,
at the end of that. And don't just fish the scour hole, all around that entrance. And I like anchoring above it. If I'm anchor fishing, anchor above it and fish the down river side of all that.
yeah. We actually have, and I won't give it away, Bill, but we have one bridge that we hit probably way too much, to be honest with you. But we have caught some really nice fish out of it.
Oh, nice.
We set out right outside of the creek. Sometimes we'll go up into it's on the Indiana side. We go up into it and fish, but it's in the outside bend of the river, and I've caught some really, really nice fish through there. Bill's caught some nice fish through there. Even Chris Lee's caught some okay fish in there. Telly's
That's
caught
saying a
some
lot,
nice
yeah.
fish. Telly's caught some nice fish, but that's kind of what. Stop talking about it. Don't tell them the color of it, Bill. But yeah, it's known as the Green Bridge around here because we don't want to give everybody the creek name because we don't want everybody
Yeah.
on top of us. But
Yeah.
it was given to me as well. It's a good creek, but there's a creek right above it that you can't really get into, but out from it, it's not too bad either. But this one for some reason really does well. But I've not done a lot of the other creeks. They don't seem to be as good as that one, right? But we definitely caught some decent fish out of there. But we talk about our pool; it's just horrible. Trying to find the bigger fish. But yeah,
Paddlers.
what's that?
Joplin, Missouri. That's awesome.
Joplin,
Glad to see
Missouri.
you here tonight.
Shoal Creek paddlers. And I've seen Mr. Big Mike. Congratulations on you and your buddies.
Yeah,
Nice
Mike, that was
fish
a heck of a
tonight.
fish, buddy.
But yeah, I told Bill about that Green Bridge, and now he claims it as his own and tells everybody he told me about it.
Well, you know,
I give him grief, but my buddy Bill, he's a heck of a good fisherman.
He's a great guy.
Except for when he fishes with me, then all of a sudden he can't catch fish. But when he goes out by himself, he sends me pictures of fish that he's catching. So
sounds like Dockery.
But
I think Dockery sends pictures of the fish Katie catches.
Probably.
he might.
But like you talked about it before too, Lyle, about like barges and stuff that have been setting.
Oh yeah.
We don't.
If they've been sitting there a long time.
See, where the stretch of river where we fish, we don't have that. Now, if I go up into Cincinnati, there are some barges like that have been there forever.
Yep.
But we do know where several of the sunken barges are down in our area. And the only thing we ever get there is snagged up and had to end up breaking off half the time. But we have marked some really nice fish around them, just never been able to pull one in yet.
Well, them fish can get underneath those barges where you and I can't, and where you can't get bait. But around them, especially on if you have current, if you're fishing above it, get as close to the end of that you can. They'll take that sand underneath there because there'll be fish underneath that barge if it's been there any length of time at all.
So if I've got one, so river's going this way, right? And we have one straight with it. Is it best to set up, say, 75, 100 feet above that, hit the front end, and then try to also hit the sides and back of it, or do you think just the back, getting right behind it where you can kind of cast back to it?
I like to cast as close to it as I can, and if there's enough current to walk it underneath there a little bit, that's great. Now, if there's not anywhere from the outside edges of both sides and then underneath of it, because the current's going to take the scent to them.
Throw every sinker of the barge and feed the bait back under the barge. Well, I'm more talking about those sunken barges, right? Because like I said, we don't have a lot that we can fish.
Yeah, but you know where the edges are, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. But I like in front of them. I like put my bait in front of them because the current is, like I say, it's taking
that scent trail
scent back to them. But scent is a wonderful thing for fishing. It really is.
Okay. So maybe that's more. I'm not usually we're setting up toward not too far up above it or right off to the side of it. Maybe we need to come up a little bit further from where we've been setting up.
Can you cast real close to it?
Oh yeah, I've casted right on top of it.
Well, I would.
I see. Unlike unlike your hummingbird, my Garmin, I can go over it and see. I can see the mussel shells because they're so
probably you're probably seeing something else that ain't even under there with that Garmin.
Stop it!
I'm just kidding. They're all good. They really are.
Except for Lawrence.
Except Lawrence, they ain't worth it.
No. Lawrence, where it's at.
Shit. But going into the it really doesn't matter what kind you got. They're improving all of them every year. They make them better and better and better. And the only issue I see with that is every year when you want to upgrade or you find something that you want, say Chad wants to switch from Garmin to Hunter, it'll cost you a fortune to go from one brand to the next. So if you're set on Hummingbird or Lowrance or Garmin or whatever it is, and you've already got a bunch of the stuff that will connect to the next one or to the new one, then that is my suggestion. Because man, if you got to start all over, if you got three of them on your boat, it's going to cost you a friggin' fortune.
Yeah. I still wish I would have had the money to buy that 15-inch hummingbird that they had. I would have liked to have moved my 10-inch up to the front of the boat and use that in the back, the 15. But I just, even at $2,000, I know it's a good deal on it. I couldn't see.
No, that's Uncle Lou.
Uncle Lou, when is the fish going to bite? I don't know. You're asking the wrong part. They don't bite for me. I mean, if you want to know when the like, what kind of fish are you talking about? Are you talking about like the trophy fish, or are you talking about the fish that I catch? So, them little
Just your
5-pounders, you can probably catch a couple of them every time you go out.
Lee catches a lot of channel cat, and he also
Oh yeah, he's
has
a channel cat
flatheads
fiend.
stuff too. But he's in an area that catches a lot of channel cat.
Yeah, he's got some good lakes up there, from what he said that they fish, but he probably won't be out of the ice in the river for a while up there.
Yeah, it could be, but with this sunshine and wind helps that a great deal.
Well, don't they have a lot of that ice that flows out of the Dakotas down there too, right?
Well,
So
yeah, probably so.
it might take a minute.
It might, but I've known Lee Reed to drive to St. Louis and meet up with me and go fishing down there. I mean, he's not subject to one spot. He is portable.
St. Louis? Who would want to go to St. Louis? They suck. They got the Cardinals there.
Lee says an ice broke free and floated away last Thursday.
Oh,
sweet.
They must be having
There
some
we go.
warm temps out there compared to what we've had. We have the teaser. We have the roller coaster spring here. We go
Oh yeah,
50 to 55, and then that back down to teens and back up and blah blah blah.
Yeah,
all the freaking time.
Well, that we're not past all that. We're still going to have some of that
Shut
through
up.
March, but each time we get a cold snap, it's going to be less and less and not be on as long. That just puts us one day closer to good weather and fishing.
Yep.
Not wrong. Of course it'll be.
What was that? What'd you say?
I don't know what you're talking about, but it'll be like Monday through Friday. The temps will all be nice and whatever, and then as soon as Saturday morning hits, it'll be in the coolest temperatures of the week.
It'll be the negatives. Yeah, that's
15 to 20 mile an hour winds and rain, and
that's what we dealt with this weekend. It was 60 and 70 all week long, and then Saturday I knew we were going to be outside all day, and it struggled to get to 40. And we had winds blowing about 15 or 20.
Oh, the winds have been horrible
here too.
It was bad. They're talking tomorrow's going to be super windy over here. So
I don't know about here, but it was
rain.
50s, mid 50s all week, almost 60 one day, and then Saturday and Sunday both high of 37.
But you know what? Even cooler day like that, we get 48, 50 degrees and it rains. That's warming that water up.
That's a lot of ice.
That's a lot of what? 2 inches of rain
A
tomorrow.
lot of flipping ice.
Ugh. 5 inches of ugh. You can keep that, Lee. I don't want it down here.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let's go this way. Download.
Are you, hey, Randy, glad to see you made it in here. Hope you had a good dinner. Are you going to screen share something? If you are, I want to do it.
No.
No, you're not allowed.
Let's see.
I do know how.
See if I can get these open real quick.
It happens up here in God's country. But the reason
that ain't God's country. This is God. That's not even God's time zone.
It's called God's country because he's on the standard.
He's on Central Time. Yeah,
Central Time. That's right. Not that generic Eastern crapola.
It's gonna be nice. It'll be light till about 7:30 next.
All right,
next week.
That means if Dockery falls in, you can go get him before it starts.
Yep.
Window.
All right, no telling what he's getting ready to share.
No
Air
kidding.
train. Here we go. Let's see here. Look at that. That's a whole lot of ice.
Yeah, it is. Where is that?
Ooh-wee.
But look, that I mean, it broke through. It broke free. Lee Reed messaged or sent me these pics.
Oh man.
I've seen that when it breaks away. One of the things that people don't understand
That's
is
nuts.
the ice on the Mississippi River with all the dams there. A lot of times it'll freeze up in front of those dams, and it just keeps stacking up behind it and stacking up behind it and stacking up behind it. And the next thing you know, it's froze solid from one dam to the next. And it's because that it froze up and got jammed up in front of the dam. And then it freezes solid. And when that stuff breaks loose and goes through them gates and stuff, man, it's a beautiful sight to see that stuff. It's a little different than most people would realize, but that stuff is really cool to watch when that ice breaks up and floats down. And if you're in a boat, of course, you need to take caution. But I've been on the river, even in tournaments, when the ice was breaking up and floating down. It'll hit the front of your boat. It'll scare the crap out of you.
Oh, I was getting ready to pull that one up.
Lyle has seen this happen for millions of
Lyle
years.
sees ice on the river, and it reminds him of that time he was on that one boat. What was that called? The Titanic.
I wasn't on that boat. I was on something else. Wasn't that boat? And it's so good to see James
I was
Dockery
saying,
in here tonight.
I thought he came over on like the Pinta or Santa Maria or something.
I think he did. Yeah.
Huh. I thought it was a Nina, but I could forgot.
Missouri froze solid overnight. Then was froze solid for 8 days. Only second time he's ever seen it froze solid.
Yeah, it don't freeze solid very often.
Itsy Pirate says Noah's Ark. Yeah, we had a thumbnail just a few weeks ago. Had Lyle
That we did.
Noah's Ark.
Yeah, we got rights, special rights from the Smithsonian to utilize that portrait that was taken. But
Danny was talking about the difference in being above and below the Ohio confluence there with the Mississippi. He said Parker doesn't have any water, and Danny has water up over the levees. So
I was like, we're about 7-8 feet over normal pool right now, but we were.
It was up there for a little while.
I was gonna say we were like almost 30 feet above it the week of CatCon. I wish I would have been able to get out there and get into them flooded creeks when it was like that, but I wasn't able to. That's my favorite place to fish in that time of year. Can't do nothing in the main river. When the water starts coming up like that in the springtime, hitting them, being back in them creeks. I love it.
When that water's coming up, and a lot of people are afraid of it, I like high water and I like fast current.
Our fish don't like current.
Really?
I'm a believer that our fish do not like that current.
Bull butter.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you. If they're not in the fast current, the only reason they're not is because they moved in slack water to take a rest.
I'm telling you that the
Your
Missouri.
Dog is pretty, Chad.
She's beautiful. That's my baby. You leave her alone. Quit
so much better looking than you.
But unlike the Missouri and the Mississippi that have constant flow, and I think the fish are used to it, where ours are pulled up so much and they only get a little, a lot of current in the springtime. Like this time of year, we get the 4 and 5 mile an hour current. Summertime, we got nothing. Fall, we have very little. Wintertime, we have very little, right? At times we have it, but most of the time they're not fighting the current like they're fighting down there. So when that current comes up.
You know, you
Nobody
laugh, but
asked you all. No,
He's
you don't have to.
he's
You don't
not
have
too
to
far
highlight.
off.
No, you don't have to highlight that. No.
I think that Lee Reed has probably fished the Ohio River.
I don't think he can handle the Ohio River.
I won't give it 11 months, but I'll give it all summer long. It's usually a lake.
Yeah.
I have to say though, and I've never been on the Ohio, and I fished it a lot. I've never been on it when it had a lot of current, but I watched them guys post pictures of when big rains happen up north and out east, and that river goes zoom way up 30, 40 feet, and then 2 days later it's down below normal. It's the
And that's what-
craziest
yeah.
thing I ever seen.
Everybody, a lot of people around here call it, the Yo-Yo River, because
Okay,
we can go up 30 feet in a matter of 2 days, and then
And drop
be
right,
right back
down.
down 30 feet in another 3 or 4 days. It's very fast when they do that stuff, and it's different. It's definitely different. I don't know how to explain it.
It's a fun river to fish, and it's really good if you want to fish it for inexperienced people wants to fish a river, because although all rivers are dangerous,
Mm-hmm.
the Ohio River is probably, as far as big rivers, the least dangerous of all.
I don't know. We got a lot of.
It's probably a little more forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're looking at it from like a water perspective and a current perspective, yes, but the pleasure boat, like during the spring,
That's
summer,
because
fall.
if you had 90 mile an hour current, then pleasure boaters would be on a lake somewhere.
I wish we had more current, because that's what makes our river so freaking dangerous. Is that, I mean, we have times of the year, like we said 2 weeks ago, when we had the 55 foot versus the 25 normal, and you're going to have the 30, 40, 50 foot trees floating down the river, the constant debris, the logs, everything that's floating. But
now, Chad, that happens on all rivers.
I get it, but during the summertime, it's just I would take that situation over the pleasure boaters that we have any day.
Oh, absolutely.
Because they make me nervous.
Absolutely, yeah. Well,
we don't have a whole lot of those. We get a few, but not enough to really be a nuisance.
Well, I think because we live next to.
But you live closer to a
city.
large, higher populated area than
that.
So.
Yeah.
But then, those guys don't care, and they make a situation bad. One of the reasons they make the situation bad is because they don't realize that they're running over your fishing lines, or they don't care, whichever case it may be. And they won't walk out now. They won't.
I know, kick my tripod over here in front of me.
And give respect to the guys that are out there just trying to have a good time.
Well, there's some Alabama they just came up with a new law in Alabama, and at first I was like, that is so freaking stupid. But now I'm kind of like, I understand now that I understand the reasoning. I'm all for it, and I'm ready to go online and get my boating license for Alabama and stuff. You can do it in any state, but it's because of that, right? You have all these parents letting teenagers out there on sea-doos and boats and this and that. You got people out there that shouldn't be out there, even as adults, on boats. But now you have to have a license. Whoever is driving the boat has to have a boating license to do any kind of boating in the state of Alabama. Which is, like I said, now that I think and thought about it, and just didn't go with my initial like, oh my God, this is so stupid, and thought the why are they doing this? I actually like it because it'll force people to at least go on and learn some rules, but it'll also, if the people are caught out there and they're not doing it, they won't be on the water.
Yep.
So maybe other states should adopt that. Just Kentucky needs to hold off until I can make sure I have time to go on and take a 4-hour course.
You never took that course?
No.
No, I need to get Caitlin in one. I took mine when I was probably about 12 years old, 12 or 13.
For boating?
Don't you have to have that if you're born after or before 1984?
No.
I think you do in Missouri.
Okay.
I think
I think
Illinois, you have to have the hunter's ed if you're born after January of 1980, but the boater's
Yeah.
ed is still optional.
Well,
Yeah.
in Missouri, I think anybody born before 1984, because I know my son Marky, he bitched about it because he had.
You mean after?
Pardon me.
You mean after 1984?
No, if you was born before 1984, you had to take the test. You have to take a test, and if
Yeah.
you were born after 1984, you'd be old enough.
You got to take the class. Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. I was
Okay.
losing it there for a second. I was like, huh?
Yeah, I need to get on that. I can't remember what the site was. I think I bookmarked it, but to get on there, it'd be nice if I got on there and they just said, "Oh, you're old. You can just take the test."
Yep. Now you got me wondering if Illinois requires it for anybody.
I know Marky, well, he was fit to be tied about it because he'd been operating boats since he was a kid, you know. I said, doesn't matter, it's a safety thing. And I said, not only should you take it as your kids get old enough to operate the boat, make sure they take it at the earliest possible age to give them as much experience as it can, because you don't know what's going to happen out of the water, and you may need one of them to get you in sometime.
Yep. So you're telling me I should make D do it too?
It doesn't hurt anybody, and I'm not objecting me having to take it either. I mean, I would take it.
You probably should, because I don't think you've fished from a boat in 20 years, so it'd probably be a good refresher course for you.
Just stop it.
But you probably just need to show them the bass pics.
Looks like for Illinois, it was anyone born on or after January 1st of 98.
Well, now I gotta look it up.
In Illinois.
Yep. So they took a little while to get to that.
Well, and I don't know why that's not.
It's not a bad course. No, that's not a bad course to take. So
it's great. It's just like I have said a million times, boys.
Okay.
Fish guys that guide for a living. I don't care if they're on the Mississippi River, the Missouri River, the Ohio River, or if they're on Mark Twain Lake. You don't make no difference. If they're collecting money, they should have to have a Coast Guard 6-pack license, if for no other reason than the safety factors and all the things they teach them guys.
So
you should not be able to guide without a 6-pack license, period.
Yeah.
So in Kentucky, 18 years and older, you don't need a boating license, but the certification is recommended. For ages 12 to 17 years old, you must have a boater's education card to operate a boat with more than 10 horsepower. And under 12 years old, you cannot operate a boat even with adult supervision.
See, that's what I mean. It varies from state to state, and that would be 100% off the wall, in my opinion. Why should it be different in Illinois or Ohio? Where is it you live, Chad? Ohio or Kentucky? Excuse me. Why should it be different in any other state than it is in my state? If my state says that you have to take that test if you was born in 1984 or later, or since then, you have to take that test. Well, the other states ought to be the same. They ought to get together and say, okay, let's fix this so it's the same nationwide.
I get what you're saying, but they probably look at people like you from Missouri and people like me from Kentucky and be like, obviously the guy from Kentucky's better and smarter and better looking. He probably doesn't need as much education as a guy that still has to take his shoes off to count to 10.
Are you talking to me?
I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on. Oh lordy.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Buck Williams says he has a 12-pack license.
I bet you do.
And Randy Swain, you're not wrong. Yeah, there are some very dumb laws here in the state of Illinois.
And you know, their roads suck.
Oh no, I take our roads over some of the other states I've been in. Kentucky comes to mind.
Kentucky's one of them. Yeah, their roads are pretty bad too.
Tennessee ain't real great.
I think every state has at least a stretch that is just always horrible. Ours is Louisville.
yeah.
I think that they need to concentrate on making all the roads better all over. Put more people to work.
Just
and make
takes
it
tax
better.
dollars.
They have plenty,
No, they got
and
plenty.
they're getting more all the time because we're saving
Mhm.
lots of money now.
What's it like to be Chad? You don't want to know, JG.
Therapists and scientists and doctors have tried to figure it out for 43 years now, and they can't answer the question. So, Boat Smart Kentucky course.
You're having a pass on Alabama's. Do you have to pass? Nathan Hellebush, I believe my understanding of this is that as long as you have your state's
Yes.
voting certificate meeting the requirements of your state, I think the minimum requirements in every state is enough to satisfy Alabama. So
right, but you can go on because one of the ones that I was looking at was this Boat Smart, but there's also one called Boat-ED, and it's basically the same course for all of them, right? Like I looked all this up with the Alabama stuff when it came up, but yes, they as long as you have to have that card. You have to say that you've been through a course.
Who would want to be Chad? He's just me.
yeah, he's mine.
You're not wrong.
He sure picks on me a lot, and I've done nothing to be nice to him ever since I met him.
Bull malarkey.
Trust me, I'm telling you.
Dead Sea Pirates in Tennessee. You also have to take the test in front of a EWRA officer. You can't just take it online.
I think that is fine too. I don't have an issue with that.
I mean, ours was put on by the DNR. So I mean, that's
Well,
you had a conservation officer out
there
there.
you go.
You know, it is good to have that because they can answer your questions right there on the spot.
And thank you, V. V says that I'm just a big teddy bear. That is a sweet lady. That is one of the people that I got to meet and talk to down at CatCon this year. She's pretty freaking awesome. She's so much nicer than Lisa, burrito catfish lady.
Oh man!
And she
You're
doesn't
going to get yourself in trouble.
and she didn't backtalk me like Lisa did, because and if Lisa wasn't, I wouldn't have had to lay the smack down on her like I did.
Wow.
I got a question for you. How come is it that Dee doesn't come in there live anymore when you're live and say hello to everybody? She used to do that all the time.
I wish he'd come in there and smack you.
She's done that before a time or two.
She does that. She still does it from time to time. I think last week on the bait shop she did when she talking about coming in and smacking me. She got a message to do that. But because the way we are set up in here, this is my actual work desk that I work when I work from home. She sits right over there. The problem is the angle that we have. She doesn't want to be on TV the whole time, so she goes in the bedroom, aka she's comfortable and doesn't want to get up and come in here. And I tell you what, you talking about a saint of a man, Randy, old gray hair Swain, great guy, great guy.
I'll bet. I'll bet.
That's Lisa's husband, by the way.
Looks like Keith with fishing and stuff has joined us.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of him?
Mm-mm.
What's wrong with you?
Oh wait. Yes,
He's one
I
of the
have.
biggest YouTubers of all times.
I got something to show him real quick. Oh, hold on.
You know, Josh, everybody likes to win awards and stuff. Everybody likes it. Looky here.
Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Look at it, Keith. Look at it.
But I don't think there's anybody that deserves winning them any more than Keith does. He puts his time in. He works really, really hard.
Keith
And he
puts out some
great
excellent content.
He does.
I've taught him everything he knows.
That's some bull butter right there.
It's usually, it's usually my honor to lose to Keith in all the categories that we get nominated against each other every year. So that's my honor, is to lose to Keith, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, gotcha. He's a hell of a guy to start with. So, and I don't care what Chad says about him, because off screen, Chad does talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot.
He talks about. I mean, I think Chad has a man crush on him.
Well, that could be.
Hey, somebody stole my hat.
The
I
dog
bet D
probably
stole
ate
my hat.
Keith can win an award for most awards won.
That
There we go.
could be true.
We've got, I saw something the other day. Speaking of awards and golden whiskers, I saw that somebody on screen's on the nomination committee this year.
Yes. And I never thought about doing it. I really didn't. Kevin messaged me and asked me if I would, and I was quite taken with that. And I thought about it quite a bit, actually. And I know, Josh, that you've done it for
I did 2 years.
And I think that it is a great idea that they're changing people and mixing things up a little bit to get the right people to do what it is. And he's increased my understanding, the number of people.
Yeah, I think he went like 20 people this year or something like that.
Wow.
So we're gonna try to see if what we can do, and make some adjustments, or say it's okay, or whatever. I've got a lot of learning to do and a lot of stuff to look over, and I know I've got somebody I can call if I need advice.
I tell you what, I think it was fitting, and I think what really did it is at CatCon I put out a YouTube short, and Kevin's like, "Oh my God, why did we think about that? That's a new category." And I think that got his wheels going. He was thinking about the short part of it. He's like, "Who is the shortest person that I could send a message to get on the committee this year?"
So he sent one to Dockery,
and he reached out to you. I was so happy to see that happened. Well, he wanted an expert in shorts, so
I'm wearing shorts, by the way.
Don't drop the camera.
Yeah, don't do that again. Oh,
I got up this morning to take the dog out, and it was so warm with sweatpants and shirt on. I went in and put a t-shirt and shorts on, and I wore them all day. And I'll wear them all night, well, for a while. It's still very nice outside. I mean, it's 60 degrees.
Oh, hush.
60 degrees at 8:15. Come on.
Oh, God. It's 9:15. Well, whatever.
Not in God's time.
Just remember, when it comes nomination time, that Chad has been involved in every live talk show of the year that's been in the history of the Golden Whiskers, so I expect to be on it again this year.
Jeremy, he's so funny.
I got some pictures to send you, Creole.
Thank you, Keith. I'll do my best. I promise.
There we go.
And I'll work with everybody as closely and as diligently as I possibly can.
Any last minute words of wisdom about actual fishing?
If I actually get a chance to make fun of Chad, I will do that also.
I thought Lyle was going to say, if I actually fished, I might have some.
I fished with Dockery the other day. How many of you can say that?
True.
I have not gotten that opportunity since Mendota, however many years ago.
It's been a few years ago at Mendota, and he was trying to throw rocks at me.
And he didn't outfish me. Of course, I didn't outfish him either. But
I mean, it looked like he was holding a boulder. I mean, I got up there close, and it was a piece of pea gravel from the parking lot. But I mean,
I would have never said that.
I thought it was a baby chupacabra coming out of the weeds when I first met him, but
Greg Burgess says, if I was so honored to be nominated this year, thanks to all. You know,
Yep.
Greg, I agree with that. And I think that Catfish Weekly and myself personally was nominated for like 5, something like that, between all of us and me personally getting nominated for 1 or 2 or whatever it was. I consider it an honor that people think enough of what we do to write our name down, or click on the thing and put us in the running. There's a lot of people in what we do that's really, really good at it. And I put Josh and Chad up in there because they both make extremely great thumbnails. Josh has got his knowledge on anything electrical. And we've done some really, really good shows on how-to stuff and him tearing reels apart and all the stuff that we've done over the last year or two. And of course, Chad, he's got this line of bullshit that nobody can pass up. So it works out well for us as a whole. And if when you can be nominated against guys like Doc and Keith and people like that, just to be nominated for that, it's really, really cool, because there's a lot of people, and I mentioned Bob Britt earlier. Bob really has come on. He makes some great content. His editing skills are outstanding, and he's entertaining. And it doesn't matter how good the rest of it is if you're not entertaining. There's some great channels out there that don't ever get nominated.
Yeah.
You got to be entertaining, and he's got Cranky. Come on, man.
I like Cranky.
I like Cranky
Cranky's
also. Yeah, that's a fact.
Kevin Hendrickson, thanks for joining us.
But yeah, you definitely got to remember to go take the time when you see something like a cool thumbnail or a nice video or whatever, and actually do the nominations as well, right?
Yeah, go check that out right then, or or very close to it. Watch your video and then do it. Because if you think you're going to remember it 10 months down the road, I promise you're not.
Absolutely. I'm just saying.
You know what? I'm looking
I speak
forward
from personal experience, going back trying to find stuff, almost a year later. So
I tell you right now, I'm really looking forward to the content and the new creators and stuff that are coming on this year, because a lot of these people are younger. They're more experienced, like you guys, with how to run computers and how to do editing and how to do this and that on computers, where a lot of us older fellows struggle with that a little bit. And I think that the content and what we're going to be seeing in the next few years in our industry is only going to get lots and lots better. I really do.
No. Keith said, "Oh, darn one. I finally put my face on a video, so you're in trouble next year, Chad." Honestly, whether like you guys were saying, win or lose or whatever, when it comes to that stuff, it means more than you think just having your name listed. So appreciate everybody.
It does. And Josh, you got nominated for a bunch of stuff this year.
I got nominated for a few, and it's always been one of those win or lose. I mean, everybody likes to win. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But just that somebody thought enough of content that I worked on to nominate me for something. That.
Well, and here's something else about that, Josh. It doesn't matter if 1 or 2 people nominated you. There was more than just one that put it in that you made good content.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean,
I think that's really good.
Buck, you're killing me. That's funny.
It wasn't that hard. It really was.
Lyle started with stone tablets. He's up to Android tablets, man. He's just.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think it's funny to see the videos when he's trying to plug his stone tablet back in and get it turned on.
You said you would not say anything about that. You promised me.
I did, but that comment you made earlier.
Which one?
Yeah.
All of them.
Oh,
Now all I can think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
is you holding a rock, trying to plug it in, going, ooh, 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 and getting mad at it.
I never went oof, 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 oof.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
That was Lyle's first language.
That's
He's
true.
came a long way, guys. He really has.
He's done good. He's done good. So
Well, we had a good year last year. I'm looking for better stuff this year because I know that we can count on Josh for some quality content and some few chuckles out of Chad.
man,
You know, what's it been, 3 or 4 years? He's probably about ready to drop another phone in the water.
let's not, because the last time he did, I did it the same day.
And how proud of you was your wives?
Well, that was a very interesting day because first I dropped my phone in the water, and then I come home and I'm already pretty ticked off about dropping my phone in the water and not being able to get it back, and decided that I didn't want to have to go through the loop in the neighborhood to come in and get facing back out so I could back in the driveway, and so I decided just to do like I do a lot of the times to just pull off in the yard, and I was like, I'll just unhook the boat and trailer later. Not taking into account that it had rained for like a week prior to this. So I pull off into the yard and proceed to get the truck stuck, and I'm just bury the thing. And I mean, I'm throwing mud, rooster tails. I tore the hell out of the front yard that day. And my wife, in her infinite wisdom, just stayed inside and let me get that out of my system before I come in. So I had to get the old Suburban and pull the truck out and pull the boat out and everything else. It was, oh yeah, she's lurking. She remembers that day. I think she was either on the phone with my mom or her mom, one of the two, and she's like, he is out in the front yard and he is stuck, and I am leaving him alone.
Get in trouble.
But no, we might have to here in a few weeks start getting some. I need to get the bait tank set up. So
I'm anxious for that because the making of the bait tank that you done was extremely interesting, in my opinion.
you know what's funny about that is I have 2 more videos that are shot and ready for editing to finish that series up, and I purposely held them till spring, just because it got so far behind, and it's like I'll wait till spring, bring up the old ones a little bit, and then go back through. But I shot these videos and I sit down to edit them one day and realized that I had my t-shirt on inside out when I shot that video. And it's like this gray shirt that I'm wearing today. So you really see the seam lines. And I'm like, I got to go back and reshoot that because I look like a moron. But
that's fashion to some people,
it could be, but it's not for me. I just look like an idiot.
Burrito
Remember that time
Catfish
Parker
lady.
brought his boat up for you to fix and parked it in the yard? Yeah, he did. He did. I told him to park it in the yard.
Burrito Catfish lady, you hung around Chad too long. You're
Just
starting
posting.
to
Nobody
sound
cares.
like
You'll get interactions. There'll be a million people in there going, look at this guy. Can he wear his shirt right?
But the content, Chad, is great. So
Are you talking to me?
no,
What content?
Oh,
whatever content.
I think you just.
I'm talking about still talking about stuff with the bait tank stuff.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we're gonna.
That was
So
really good.
that'll be coming up. That'll be coming up soon, and I've got some other stuff I'm working on. So
I know that you work on that a lot, and you've got a lot of stuff going at different times. But the bait tank stuff should do you very well, just simply because a lot of people are really into building them and having bait on hand right now. For some reason, that's something that's become very popular all of a sudden. I think it's a great idea if you have the capability and the place to put them to where you won't lose them. You know what I mean?
Christina telling stories on me now.
Uh-oh.
She talking about my day on Wren Lake where I had my Mike Iaconelli moment.
I have those sometimes.
I sent a spinning reel flying that day. It's on a blooper reel from probably about 2017. But it's she and I were out there fishing on Wren Lake, and I had a reel get all screwy and it messed up, and then I threw it down because it threw a spinning reel, somehow spit line all over me. It was wrapped all around the camera and everything. I get it done, and I toss it down because I'm mad at it, and something broke on that reel. So I ended up ripping it off the rod and just sending it flying.
Brutal Catfish Lady, it only takes a short time around Chad to get like that. Trust me.
I think it's funny. She thinks that she's calling herself my elder.
And I'm
There's
trying to
no
figure
way
out
she's as
why
old as
you
I
hit
am.
her. Why did you hit her? You told this story, but it slipped my mind.
Well, like always, you don't pay attention to anything I say.
I have no reason to.
Because Josh is a smart one, and the only thing what comes out of his mouth is worth listening to, apparently. But we were sitting at the hotel eating, and I don't remember. We had just got off the phone with Brian B. Was messing with him, and she was sitting next to me, and I went like this, like I was gonna aggravate her. And when I did, apparently I hit her right in the mouth.
There's a law against that.
Not in Kentucky.
Oh,
just about everything's on the table in Kentucky.
I think you're right.
You gotta keep them in line in Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding.
Yeah, where's Dee at when you need her?
Mm-hmm.
There's no way you're older than me, Lisa.
Hell, you're older than me.
There ain't nobody older than you.
No.
I beg to differ.
I bet
he used to babysit Methuselah. Come on.
I will say, yeah.
Do you know who Methuselah is?
Mm-hmm. I bet you can remember when Methuselah was born. You probably was the one that helped the delivery.
No, I promise.
Shut up, Dockery.
What was that?
Dockery being Dockery.
The peanut galleries made it in here.
I thought he was from Ohio too.
On that note,
yeah, probably time to start to get out of hand. So
because we're about to start fighting on live. I can take a lot, but all the calling me an Ohioan's going to put me over the edge. I might have to go.
So are you saying you're not?
Get out of here.
Oh, wow.
Get out of here. You're just trying to push my buttons now with freaking stupid Cardinal shirt on.
You opened the door.
Chad burst through it like the Kool-Aid man.
Oh, yeah. She got me back. She did hit me back. Luckily, my black eye was better before the first show back. So
what do you have online for the bake shop this week, Chadwick?
I'm working on a thumbnail for that now. I actually lined up a guest that I've been talking to for about a year, and he finally said yes. So
was you shocked?
Yes.
Does he know what he's getting into?
No.
Okay.
There he goes.
I told him they've never watched the show before, and I said, one, how can you have not set up time to come on to the live talk show of the year, and two, this ain't your normal talk show.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all I can tell you.
They never watched it though.
They've never watched it.
I can't wait for this one.
This ought to be interesting.
Can't wait for
We'll
this
see. Hopefully we can make it entertaining. Maybe
Oh.
Brian B will actually show up to work this week. Probably not, but
Is he fishing yet?
he don't fish. He
No,
fishes
he
less
don't.
than you do. But no, stop it, Randy. I'm out of here. I'm done. All right. Thanks everybody for watching. We appreciate you very,
Have
very
a great
much.
week, everybody.
Thanks for watching us.
Danny Stone here in a couple of weeks going to be
Looking
fishing
forward to that.
for March Top Cat. So
Yep, March 17th. Be here for Top Cat with Danny Stone.
Be awesome. Thanks,
That's gonna be
everybody.
fun.
See you next week.
See you next week.